Sanashini madam, you can start the session.
Yes, sir, I'll start.
Okay.
Sir, give me a minute. The purpose of education is to make good human beings with skill and expertise. Enlightened human beings can be created by teachers. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Good afternoon to one and all present here. I, Professor Sahanashri N. from the Department of Commerce and Management, on behalf of Dayananda Sagar College of Arts, Science and Commerce, welcome you all for 3-day faculty development program on implementation of National Education Policy, Roadmap for Quality Education, Research and Academic Excellence, organized by Department of BCom and BBA in association with Internal Quality Assurance Cell. The objective of this faculty development program is to understand the purpose of implementation of national education policy to ensure a systematic and professional development for quality education, to encourage the teaching fraternity for involving in research initiative, which leads to academic excellence. Now, I request Professor Rashmi Yes to welcome the dignitaries and august gathering.
To quote, tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. Unquote, Benjamin Franklin. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Rashmi Ravi, Assistant Professor, Dayananda Sagar College of Arts, Science and Commerce, would like to welcome all of you on this virtual platform, Faculty Development Program, titled An Effective Implementation of NEP 2020 in Higher Education Institution towards achieving its objectives in research, organized by Dayananda Sagar College of Arts, Science and Commerce. I extend my welcome note to our beloved chairman, Dr. D. Hemchandra Sagar. I welcome our vice chairman, Dr. D. Premchandra Sagar. I'm glad to welcome our secretary, Sri Gali Swami, who have always extended their support in organizing any events, both academic and non-academics. On behalf of Dayananda Sagar College of Arts, Science and Commerce, I would like to welcome our distinguished chief guest, Dr. PAL Pandian, Professor and Coordinator for BTech-Robotics and Mechatronics, Department of Mechanical and Automobile Engineering, Christ deemed to be University, who is the speaker of the day. Warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, I heartily welcome our beloved principal, Dr. Nagraj Shernay, who has always been guiding force for all the events organized by DSC ASC. I welcome our vice principal, Professor Hemant Upala, DSC ASC, and also welcome our IQAC coordinator, Professor Gurunath. I take privilege to welcome our HODs, Professor Murgesha BN, HOD, Department of Commerce, Dr. Suplip K. Poda, HOD, Department of Management, who have stood with us to organize and make this program a reality. My warm welcome to all my faculty colleagues who have actively supported to this event. The strength and main pillars of this program is our faculties, who have gathered here from various institutions across the country. I welcome you all. Happy learning, which is exclusively designed for your benefit. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Rashmi. I now request Professor Deepika Hetsi to introduce the resource person for today's program, Dr. P. PAL Pandian.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon. I am Deepika, Assistant Professor, Department of BCom and BBA, Dayanand Sagar College of Arts, Science and Commerce. I take this privilege to introduce the resource person for today's session on effective implementation of NEP 2020 in higher education institution towards achieving its objective in research. Dr. P. PAL Pandian is a program coordinator for BTech-Robotics and Mechatronics, professor of mechanical and automobile engineering in Christ deemed to be University, Bangalore. Sir has completed his BE in mechanical engineering from Madurai Kamaraj University, MTech in industrial engineering from National Institute of Technology, Trichy, MBA from Alagappa University, and PhD in mechanical engineering from Anna University, Chennai. Sir has 21 years of experience in academics, research and administration in various engineering colleges and university. Sir is an enthusiastic participant in various international and national conferences, FDPs, STTPs, seminars, workshops, etc. around the globe and also presented his research work. Sir has 35 publications in reputed SCI, Scopus, UGC recognized and peer-reviewed university. Sir has presented his research in 32 international conferences and 13 national conferences. He has delivered 52 guest lectures on various technical and management topics. He is well-known resource person for delivering global webinars, FDPs, and STTPs in recent advanced current topics. Dr. P. PAL Pandian got granted 5 Australian government innovative patents and 2 Indian patents published and 2 Indian copyrights to his credit. Sir completed 35 massive open online courses from top leading university in the globe. Sir guided a PhD scholar in high-speed hard machining, and at present he is guiding another PhD scholar in the area of application of additive manufacturing in the medical implants at Christ deemed to be University, Bangalore. Sir is recipient of 15 esteemed awards. Dr. P. PAL Pandian is a member of editorial board in 5 peer-reviewed international journals and editor-in-chief of International Journal of Advanced Research in Management, Engineering and Technology. He is an active life member of different professional bodies like Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, Indian Society for Technical Education, Indian Society of Systems for Science and Engineering, Institute of Engineers, and fellow members of the Council of Engineering and Technology, India, and fellow of Indian Society of Mechanical Engineering. On behalf of Dayanand Sagar College of Arts, Science and Commerce, I welcome you, sir. You can take over the session.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Deepika, ma'am. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, sir.
Am I visible?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, with your permission, I would like to share the screen. I kindly request, Professor Deepika, ma'am, to back me up. Okay. Madam, can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. So at the outset, I would like to thank the organizing committee of this 3 days FDP on implementation of the NEP, a roadmap for quality education, research and academic excellence. So really, it is like a three sides of a triangle. So quality education is very important. Research is also very important. These together will constitute academic excellence. So the topic itself, it is designed and coined. So the congratulations goes to the entire organizing team, headed by Professor Dr. Supla Pardar and head of the BCom department, Professor Murugesh. And they're all team members. So I think this is the second day you are attending this 3 days FDP. So really, I'm very honored to take part in this FDP as one of the resource persons. And here, I will not simply, project my views. So this entire couple of hours will be an interactive session. So I kindly request all the participants to respond to my, either question or respond to my points, right? So this is my humble request. So please make a note of my email ID, pal.pandian@christuniversity.in. This is my email ID. And if you would like to connect with me for any academic support or research support in various fields, either commerce or management, you can always approach me in my mobile number and as well as my WhatsApp number, 9916480919. So this is the mobile number of mine. And right bottom, you can see that. So I am running a consulting company, private limited company. I'm the founder director of the Platinum Consulting. So the website is given at the right bottom. So just you can Google it, platinum.consulting. It will take you to my website, and you will go through. You can go through all the points which is projected in the website. And if you need any consulting, research, and R&D support and guidance, you can always approach me. I am available at your disposal. So, okay, coming to the point, today we will be discussing about a very interesting topic, right? An effective implementation of NEP, right, in higher education institutions, 2020, in order to achieve its objective in research. That is our the entire content of our today's discussion, right? So with your permission, I would like to proceed what exactly we are going to do for this next 2 hours. Madam, can you see my slide?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Deepika, ma'am. So I will tell the next 120 minutes what exactly we are going to do, right? So I will not simply keep on talking. I will request you to interact with me. You can always interact. Yeah. So I appreciate Manida, he is very interested to interact with me. No problem. So the moment when we have any discussion, you can unmute your microphone and you can ask your doubt. You can ask. You can tell your points. You can tell your views as a discussion, right? So here we are going to connect these three things. So I will be connecting the past of NEP 2020, that is National Education Policy 2020. What is the present scenario of National Education Policy 2020 and what it could be or what it will be. So please, my dear friends, please try to understand what exactly we are going to do for today's session. So I once again brief you. So we will be connecting the dots between past, present, and future. And if you would like to have any discussion, you can always type your queries in chat box. I could see that. Then I will take your question. Then we will proceed further. So this is a brief introduction about the entire presentation on today. So here, the first question to you people, right? Rather than me keep on talking, I would like to know, because this is your second day of your FDP. So with your permission, I'm going to post this question in chat box, right? And madam, can you see anything is appearing in chat box?
Yes, sir, I'm just checking. Yeah. We received it.
You have received it, right? And I kindly request all the participants to click that link. There is one link given in the chat box, right? So I once again repost that link in the chat box. My dear friends, just you click that link, you will be taken to one website and just type the code 2006 1352. 2006 1352. So, yes. Yeah. So please click that link menti.com. You will be taken to one website. Just type 2006 1352. The question here is, in which year a committee under former cabinet secretary, we call it as PRS, we call it as PSRS. Okay, his name is PSR Subramanian. He started the consultation process for new education policy. He is the key person, who started the consultation process for the new education policy, right? In which year? So that is what I would like to know. So I will take you through this particular question, right? Yeah. So I want to see your responses. I will take you to this screen. 1 second, I will wait. Yes. And I want to see your responses. Yes. You can see only one participant here responded as 2016. I need some more responses. My dear friends, just you click that link, that is sufficient. And it will take you to one web page. In that, you have to type 2006 1352. So I need at least minimum 10 responses. Even the year is wrong, no problem. Yeah. Another gentleman or a participant has given 2015.
Could you please repeat the number what we have to type, sir?
2006. I repeat, my dear friends. 1352. 1352.
Okay.
1352. You type this 8-digit number, you will be taken to another page. You have to write the answer. Which year a committee under former cabinet secretary, Mr. T.S.R. Subramanian, started the consultation process for new education policy? Because when we talk about new education policy as of now, and most of the states in India, they accepted this new education policy. Very few states, they have some apprehension to implement it. But majority of the states, they are started implementing this NEP. We call it as new education policy. Even though we call it as 2020, Mr. TSRS has started the consultation process. Can you please type the year? I need 5 more responses. Otherwise, it is very similar to talking to only to the desk. Yes, 2015 to 16. That was another response. Madam, can you see the responses on screen, ma'am? Dr. Deepika, ma'am?
Sir, actually, it's visible. Responses are visible in different colors.
Yes. I need some more responses. Even though, see, the year is wrong, no problem. I want everybody's participation. See, I want to make this entire virtual mode of interaction like offline mode of interaction. So then only the speaker also will get motivated and he will give more insight about this NEP. I need 2 more responses. You please check your chat box, right? Kindly check your chat box. You will have a question and a hyperlink. Oh, another response we got, 2001. Okay, very good prediction. Very good prediction. And I need 2 more numbers, please. Any professors or any students or research scholars in this group, please, I kindly request you to click that link. If you want, I can share the link once again in chat box. My dear friends, you please go to the chat box, click that hyperlink. You just type 2006. It means 2006 1352. Oh, 1942. Fantastic. Before independence. Wow. We got another answer. So I'm expecting only one more answer, then we will move further on. One more year I would like to see on screen. Because when we discuss about the NEP, we must know the root, the origin, the first seed that was given by whom, which year. And one more, 2015. Correct. So thank you very much for these 5 respondees or the participants who really reciprocated well. You made my day happy. So here the answer is rightly said by the last participant. So it was initiated in the beginning of 2015, January 2015. That was the year when our former cabinet secretary, Mr. T.S.R. Subramaniam, he started doing this, the process of new education policy. And you can ask me, so when he started in January 2015, then who brought that the entire, the skeleton or the entire final draft version of this NEP? But everybody knows that. So after 2016 January, based on the committee report in June 2017, the draft NEP was submitted in 2019 by a panel led by former IFRO chief Krishna Swami Kasturi Rangan. I think everybody knows this information, right? So it was started in the year January 2015, and they have drafted the final report in 2017, and finally it was submitted to the committee by former IFRO chief, Mr. Respected Krishna Swami Kasturi Rangan in 2019, right? So here, is it an easy task? Actually, it is not, right? So submitting a report, it is not at all an easy task. So you have to spend you have to collect a lot of data, right? You have to collect a lot of data. So in 2019, right, even though it was released by MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, followed by a number of public consultations. See, as a government, they cannot take any decision as a monopoly, because this is very important policy for our nation, right? So this P74 draft NEP was having 484 pages. I like this number. You know why? Can anyone tell me the speciality of this number 484 in chat box? I'll wait for a few seconds. Do you find any speciality? Because I can see some commerce management students, right? So this is a palindrome number. 484 is a palindrome number. It means any direction when you read, it will give you the same meaning, left to right or right to left. Okay, so it has 484 pages, right? And again, the ministry, they undertook a religious consultation process, formulating a draft policy over 2 lakh suggestions, right? From 2.5 lakh gram panchayat, 6,600 blocks, 6,000 unions, urban local bodies, we call it as ULB, and 676 districts in India were received. So they have not just sat on the room and they have drafted the NEP. No, they came to the field and they have taken the consultation, they have taken the points, they have taken the input from various people, right? More than 2 lakh suggestions was given by our Indian citizens. So this is how this NEP draft was made in 2019. Now I will very quickly go, because we are going to connect past and the present and the future. Now I am going to connect past and the present. So here in past, before NEP 2020, we had NEP 1986, right? So I'm going to give a comparative statement between these two, because this comparative statement is very important to talk about research, right? So you cannot do research overnight, right? You have to do research in colleges, universities, and autonomous and industries, and as well as research laboratory, right? You cannot do research in school level because we may not have sufficient resources to execute the research. So the sufficient resources will be available in colleges, universities, industries, institutions, or even research agencies. Okay. So when we won't talk about research means we should start from the scratch, right? In 1986, when you see the role of education is all-round development of students. But here, it is very specifically for multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary liberal education, right? And the old structure, you know well, and we were all studied in the same structure. 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, either 10th standard, after 10th standard, 11th and 12th plus 2. Then you will go for a degree, either 3-year degree or 4 years degree, right? Then you will go for PG for 2 years. That was the structure, and that is the structure as of now we are following. And that structure is, it will be, under NEP 2020, stimulated as 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 1. That is another important thing yet to be implemented, right? So again, you can go through remaining points. And the main thing is all undergraduate and postgraduate admissions are based on the entrance test conducted at common, various levels of NITs or IITs or even medical colleges. But here they are going to bring it as for all HEAs, higher education institutions, based on NTA, National Testing Agency, right? So in the national level, it means a student from Tamil Nadu can go to Kanyakumari, Maharashtra, and he can take his education. A student from Kolkata, he can come down to Karnataka and he can take the education, right? And here you see the point number 8. Post-graduation education is for 2 years with specialization focus. That is the current trend, right? And in NEP 2020, they are going to make it as a 12 months with more specialization and research focus. This is where I would like to give importance, the research focus for NEP 2020, right? So here, another important point, in point number 9, you can see that, not most all the colleges of HEA are affiliated to any one state university and have no autonomy in curriculum and evaluation. For example, if your college is not an autonomous institution, if it is affiliated with Bangalore University, so the Bangalore University may change the curriculum and once in 4 years or 5 years. We may not have autonomy, and we may not have the evolution of the revamping and revising the curriculum and syllabus. But here, when the moment you implement NEP, so all higher education institutions, including colleges, or other universities, will have an autonomy in deciding the curriculum and evaluation. That's another important point. And here, whatever we teach, so after the teaching learning process, the evaluation that becomes very important, right? So here, for example, you take affiliated colleges. For example, you take VTU, Vishweshwara Technological University. There are more than 450 engineering colleges that are affiliated. The moment when you see 3 things, number 1, syllabus and curriculum, or curriculum and syllabus would have been framed by somebody else. I'm talking about affiliated colleges. The curriculum and syllabus might have been framed by somebody else. That has to be followed by all autonomous affiliated colleges. The syllabus given by VTU or syllabus given by Bangalore University must be strictly followed by all affiliated colleges. Because the teacher who was teaching the particular course, or we call it a subject, is not the one who prepared the curriculum and syllabus. No. So it was prepared by somebody else, and it was, or it is, taught by some other professor. And question paper also will be framed by somebody else who doesn't have a direct connect with, framing the curriculum syllabus, who doesn't have a direct connect with the teaching learning process. He will evaluate, he will set the question paper. So another beauty, so somebody else will come and evaluate your paper. Do you understand? This is the fate of the all affiliated universities or affiliated colleges, So this is the current trend. As of now, all universities across all the state, they are following. But if you are an autonomous state, you are the only one who can frame the curriculum You can design the syllabus. You are the one who are going to teach you. You are the one who are going to set the question paper. You are the one you are going to evaluate. You are the one you are going to award. It is very simple. So the moment when you do like this, right, you have a lot of positive points. I think some of our friends they have unmuted their microphone. Yes, yeah. So the moment when you get autonomy, then you can put all your thought process into it, and then you can imbibe a new way of teaching learning process, right? So that is very important. The moment when you implement a new style or way of teaching learning process by means of introducing innovative ideas or creative ideas, then there is a point, there is a place where there is a chances of creating students' mind into research, right? Then comes here as of now we call it as choice-based credit system, right? We call it as the student can choose his own what do you call course.
National education policy he is discussing.
Yes, we are discussing national education policy only. Thank you, madam. Yeah. So here, students have the freedom to choose his own subject. Even though we say it is choice-based credit system, most of the cases in most of the colleges, the electives are forced by the teacher on the students. Okay. And here there is one nice concept called ABC, academic credit back. It means student can study any subject at any colleges. That is what our new proposed NEP 2020 says, right? So here, and another important, very interesting one is the STEM courses, science and technology, engineering and management. These are, competency-based credit system, right? These courses are not conventional courses, right? And here, the performance of the faculty, it is directly linked with the promotion. For example, you take a Christ University where I'm working. Christ University is 52 years old university. So our promotion, we have a dedicated policy. For example, how I became a professor means, so they will check how many papers I have published, how many lakhs of amount I have received as an external funded project, right? And what are the innovative ideas I have implemented in my teaching learning process. So what is my contribution for the development of research in the university? So everything will be considered, and those performance will be linked with my compensation and promotion. So that is what it says. And here again, so here only the accredited and permitted universities, they can offer online distance learning in current scenario. For example, you take Christ University is accredited by NAC, and my department is accredited by NBA, National Board of Accreditation, at par with Washington Accord, United States, right? So here, only few permitted universities can offer online distance learning. Now we are in a pandemic from the year 2020 January onwards, and most of the universities, they are started offering online distance learning. We call it as ODL. And this ODL courses are 100% recognized by UGC, University Grant Commission. There are 28 universities as of now today in India who got affiliated and approval from University Grant Commission to offer this ODL. And here all three types of HEIs, state university, central university, deemed to be university, right, are capable or eligible to offer this ODL. That is another advantage of this NEP. And here all undergraduate programs of 3 years to 4 years, depending upon the type of program. If you study engineering, it is 4 years. If you study MBBS, it is 5 years. If you study Bachelor of Science or Commerce or Arts, it is 3 years. But here in new NEP 2020, they are deciding to keep 4 years of a duration for all undergraduate programs. In some cases, 3 years is possible. That depends on the nature of the program. That is what they say, right? And very important thing, I said, they have a concept of ABC, Academic Credit Bank. For example, one student from our Diane College of Arts and Science, who is studying first year of BCom. His father working in a defense academy. The next year, his father gets transferred to New Delhi, right? Then he want to take his family along with him. Then that particular student, if he can travel along with dad, and he can settle in New Delhi, and he can continue his second year in some other college, in which he can take a few courses. For example, in engineering, if you want to complete your BTech, you must have 158 credits. Upon successful completion of 158 credits, you will be awarded with BTech, Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and in Mechanical Engineering. So likewise, for example, the BSc, if you want to get a degree of BCom, right, then you must have 120 credits completed. Means 40 credits, you can do it in Dayanand Sagar, or even another 40, you can do it in Christ, or another 40, you can do it in Uttar Pradesh or Madhya Pradesh, wherever you travel, right? So this is called academic bank of credits, and you can take any course from anywhere, right? And here, in current scenario, right? So you cannot do your PhD if you have only UG. You must do PG. So that is not there in new educational policy. So these are the few comparisons, even though I have given 32 bulletin points, few comparison I thought of, discussing with you people, right? Now, so what are the various educational stages to be implemented as per NEP 2020? So today's discussion, it will be revolving around the research stage, right? So first one is a foundation stage, right? And all your pre-KG, LKG, UKG, and all, so that comes under the foundation stage. Then comes preparatory stage till 5th standard. Then middle school education, right? Then secondary education, that is 10th, 11th, 12th, right? Then comes undergraduate education, that is BCom, BSc, BE, BTech, MBBS, all those degree comes under undergraduate education. Then comes postgraduate education. Then only the research stage comes. That is what people they say. But you can implement the concept of research in your undergraduate education stage itself, right? Then that will become a lifelong learning. So according to the various stages, the research stage comes as the 7th stage. So people, they believe that only the post-graduation students who are matured enough can handle research. That is what, there is a myth. But in most of the universities, or most of the good colleges like your Dayanand Sagar College, even undergraduate students, they take very good research. They join hands with the teacher who got any external funded projects from DST, Department of Science and Technology, or MHRD, or UGC, or ISRO. So the students are joining hands with the teacher and they are executing the research in undergraduate level. That is a very good sign that it will be, a boost for this implementation of NEP 2020. Right. Can you please tell me, this is another interesting question, even though the NEP 2020 has so many positive points, I would like to know from you, right? So which is the first state to implement new education policy in 2020? I repeat, my dear friends, which is the first state? So you can just... Yes, madam?
Is it Assam?
No, madam. No, madam. You just click that hyperlink. Yeah.
Is it Karnataka, sir?
Someone they say Karnataka. Yes, Karnataka. Karnataka. Lohit also said Karnataka. Rajendra Kumar sir also said Karnataka. Even Smita ma'am, she said Karnataka. I need some more responses. Can you please click that link and give your responses? I kindly request all the participants. Just a small exercise in order to avoid, monotony. So I thought of, having this exercise. Please kindly, do the needful. Yes, I'm getting an answer in the chat box. Okay, so please click that link and type the number, right? So 7142, you please type it. 9094. Kindly click the one response we got, Karnataka. Any other responses? In chat box, I could see so many numbers. Pavitra ma'am has given us Karnataka. Rashmi Ravi ma'am, of course, has given Karnataka. Even Archana ma'am also has given Karnataka. And one more new message. Fasiha Beham ma'am, she also has given us Karnataka. Yes, Karnataka is the right answer. So Karnataka is the first state, to implement this new education policy 2020, right? So since we are in Karnataka, we should be proud of this new implementation of this new education policy by our government. Okay, so Karnataka is the right answer. So thank you very much for all your responses. Really, it is very nice. Right. So how to approach this new education policy in research? See, research, it will not come overnight. That is what I said. See, if you want to concentrate on research, especially for new education policy 2020, we should have these 4 things in mind. Like how we have 4 directions: north, west, east, south. Right? So the same way, yeah, I think someone has to mute your microphone. Yeah, thank you very much for responding. Yeah, thank you very much. So how we have 4 directions in the world. Same way we have 4 approaches for research in the implementation of NEP 2020. Number 1. So the curriculum and the content must be designed in such a way that the teacher has to stimulate or simulate, right, the concept of research in the minds of the student. Right? That's very important. So the curriculum and the content must be vibrant. It must be dynamic. It should not be a static content. So every year you have to keep on changing your curriculum. That is approach number 1. So by means of keep on changing the curriculum and content, you can really create an interest of doing research for the students. And even the teacher also can contribute for that. The second approach is teacher availability and training. In some of the research area, the experts are very minimum. For example, when you take gene technology, right? Gene technology in biomedical, the number of teachers are available very minimum, and it is very thin. For example, when you take computer science engineering or computer science, for that matter, not some science, the experts or the teachers' availability for teaching blockchain technology is very minimum. You would have heard about crypto coins, cryptocurrencies, and all digital currencies. So all the digital currencies, it works under the concept of blockchain. So the blockchain technology is as of now ruling the world. That is what the people they claim. That is one of the safest technology. To teach the technology, the availability of teachers are very minimum. Even though we have less number of teachers, we have to train the teachers in recent, latest, cutting-edge technology in order to enhance the research culture. So that is what I say, technological development. Then examination structure also to be revamped, not like reading, memorizing, then repeating. That kind of examination structure should not be. For example, if you want to conduct in-semester examination for a computer science student or BCom or BCA student, you have to give a real case study and you have to ask the students to work on it. For example, if it is an engineering student, you have to examine the quantum of knowledge conceived or received by the students by means of executing the mini projects. So the project is the one from which we can understand the essence of the logic or knowledge that was conceived by the student. So the examination structure has to be revamped in such a way that should kindle the student's mind, right? So this is the 4th approach. So how to improve research in India? That's very important, another question, because see, one professor Jayant Narlikar. He's an astrophysicist. He's a professor emeritus, one of the senior most professors in Pune University. Once he said that the reason of decline of science in India is lack of experimentation as a part of learning science. See, we learn science only in paper. So we have very less number of practicals in science subjects. So that is the main reason of declining the research in science in India. That is what he claimed. Obviously, that is also true because many of these graduates, they lack the skill required to be employable, as well as knowledge of the industry they were to work in. So this is a common normal statement that is told by so many people. And here in India, out of that 1.3 billion population, my dear friends, sorry to say this, there were only 216 researchers per million population in 2015. I'm talking 5 years before. Out of 10 lakh number of population, only 216 researchers are available. So again, it is very, very meager minimum. And you might be knowing about this UNESCO. There is one institute called Institute of Statistics under UNESCO, like how we have ISI, Indian Statistical Institute, nearby our Bangalore University. So this UNESCO Institute of Statistics, they say, according to the data, the top 5 R&D performers in terms of GDP, right? In terms of GDP, Israel plays number 1, Republic of Korea number 2, Switzerland number 3, Sweden number 4, and Japan number 5. Now, these are the 5 countries, we can call it as top 5 R&D performers in connection with the expenditure as a proportionate of GDP. So number 1 is Israel, then Republic of Korea, then comes Switzerland, Sweden, and Japan, right? So India is nowhere found there, right? So here there is one concept called triple P. See, my name is also called triple P. They call it as Professor PAL Pandian. So my name is called triple P. Even Pakistan People Party also called triple P. Public-private partnership also called triple P. But in the common students, you know the meaning of triple P. It is nothing but purchase power parity, right? So in terms of the triple P dollars, when you compare top 5 countries who has a significant contribution of R&D. So obviously United States, they come number 1. Then comes followed by China, Japan, Germany, and Republic of Korea. So these are the 5 countries, they are topping in the world in terms of triple P dollars, in terms of billions of triple P, billions of purchasing power parity. So they contribute more for research and development. Then where is India? So India is nowhere available. So here there is one new UAS data, UNESCO Institute of Statistics data for SDG. How many of you know SDG? Can you please come in chat box? SDG. That was an initiative by United Nations. Did you ever heard this acronym? SDG? Did anyone? If you know, you please type no in chat box. I need your attention. Do you know the meaning of SDG or expansion of SDG? If yes, please type the actual meaning of SDG. Otherwise, type no. NO, but you can type. Sustainable Development Goals. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, Sahana Sri ma'am and Murugeshwar sir, and even Archana ma'am. Yes, fantastic, fantastic. Head sir, really fantastic. It was an initiative by United Nations, right? And in fact, all institutes or universities, they will participate. Oh, thank you, Professor Vinitha ma'am. Dr. Vinitha ma'am also has given right answer. Sustainable Development Goals. And here in Sustainable Development Goals 9.5, it's a version by United Nations on R&D. What they say, this is the statistics. My dear friends, here also We are nowhere. So this is the actual scenario, right, as of today. So the Israel, they are topping #1, followed by Republic of Korea, then Switzerland, Sweden, Japan, Austria, Germany, Denmark, US, United States of America, and Belgium, right? See here, India, we could not see out of this top 10 countries, right? And when they see the GDP proportions, see, Israel is around 5, right? When you compare United States of America, it is just 2.8. That is 4.95. We can take it as 5, right? So those countries, those who are topping, in SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, especially in R&D, they spend more money. So where there is a lot of research and development happens, that country will be a developed country. Still, India today, we are a developing country. We are not a developed country. So this is the actual scenario of our research and development. So what we have to do, we have to change our entire pedagogy. See, if you want to bring your country to the top 10 or top 20 developed nations, then we have to streamline our education. That is very, very important, right? And here you see that there is another data. So here we can see 3 different types of data. So left hand side to the world, you can see all European countries, America and Eastern Asia, or even Northern America, right? So here R&D expenditure as a proportionate of GDP, see, Northern America, it is always topping. See, there are 2 colors. One color is 2010 and another color 2017. So every year, people, they started, enhancing their GDP rate. It was 2.66, then 2.69. That is Northern America status. Then Eastern Asia, then Europe and another Northern America, it is 2.16, 2.25. It has increased, right? And when you take all 196 countries together as a whole in the world, when you take an average, it is 1.62 GDP in terms of expenditure as a proportionate of GDP. I'm talking about research and development expenditure. And 2017, it rose to 1.72. And you take India, right, in Southern Asia, it is just 0.56%. So how can we enhance this research and development? It is feasible through only educational institutions, right? So most of the innovations or inventions are happening in education institutions, right? So that we should understand. So this is our actual scenario as of now, my dear friends, right? And here you see R&D expenditure as a proportionate of GDP. India, it has in between 0.25 to less than 0.5. In between 0.25 to less than 0.5. So our GDP, our research and development expenditure contribution as a proportion of GDP is very, 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 very less when compared with all developed countries, right? Then comes, when you talk about the full-time or equivalent researchers per million inhabitants, India is nowhere. India is nowhere. When we compare with, the entire globe, the full-time or equivalent research scholars are very, very minimum. So this is another interesting, the data. So sorry to say this, but we are stagnant in R&D share when we compare with other countries. When you see Israel, it is 4.3%. South Korea 4.2%. United States, it is 2.8%. China,
people are like that.
I think, yeah. Thank you, Professor. Yeah, China, it is just 2.1%, and India, it is less than 1%. See, even though we are growing slowly, the quantum is not sufficient. That is what people, they say. But when you see the right bottom to my slide, the source which we have taken from NASCAM, India R&D in the world, right? So in 2018, in scientific and technological manpower, we were 3, because India is the second largest, populated country in the world. We have more, quantum of quantity of the numbers of youngsters when you compare with all our nations in the world. So we are topping number 3. And in scientific publications, we are number 5. In science and technology research, we are number 7. And number of graduates in science and engineering, we are number 8. And resident patent applications, we are number 10, right? So this is a good sign to move forward. So how to, stimulate the economic growth, right? See, the only way is to, implement, the NEP in higher education institutions in aligned with research and development curriculum and syllabus, right? So R&D is the path to finding solution to all local challenges. For example, you take Karnataka, you take one small village where there is a scarcity of water, or there is no clean water for drinking. They have only contaminated water in the ponds and rivers. So how to do, how to convert those contaminated waters into a drinkable water? That is one kind of R&D, right? So you take some other village where there is no, there is a symptom of, some disease where they could not find out the solution for those kind of diseases. Then students can go and do the research. So you try to find the problems for the solution for the problems that is occurring in the local area. So that definitely will lead to innovation solution, right? See here, NEP 2020, we committed towards the development of research and education institutions, especially, specializing in science, technology, innovation, economy, liberal arts, skill enhancement, and so on. That is what, the new NEP 2020, it focuses. And here, these higher education institutions are centers that will drive research and innovation. So that is what we believe it. Even HEIs, it will be involving only in research or research allied education of teaching learning process. So the modern multidisciplinary research education universities, the moment when you call universities, it is obviously with multidisciplinary courses they will run. They are, shout to build with a focus on research with multidisciplinary approach. For example, I am from mechanical engineering. So mechanical engineering alone, it will not perform, it will not, provide the purpose. It won't serve the purpose. I have to connect with computer science. For example, you take a car. I think everybody, you may own a car, at least 2-wheelers. If you take a car, now car has, becoming like a supercomputer. So only automobile engineering graduate cannot build a car. You need mechanical engineer, you need electronics and communication, you need electrical and electronics engineer, you need the support of computer science, you need the support of architects. So it is a culmination of all different courses of engineering. Multidisciplinary research has to happen. That will stimulate the economy, right? So here, one of the challenges what we have in India means, we have dearth of publishers. So even in your college or in your University of Bangalore University, we may have publications in terms of as an outcome of research. But the number of publications which is published in Q1, Q2 journals, it is quality 1 and quality 2 journals, it is very minimum. Right? For example, if you are a physics student, BSc Physics, you have to collaborate with BSc Maths or BSc Chemistry, and you have to conduct research and you have to publish a paper as multidisciplinary. If you are a BCom student, you can connect with the MBA or finance and you can do the research. So that is how all the HEIs, higher education institutions, are promoted to conduct research activities, right? In order to avoid this scarcity. So here I would like to show one, R&D statistics in India at a glance. So this particular, chart I have taken from the Department of Science and Technology website, Government of India. right? And it was sourced by NSTIMS. NSTIMS means National Science and Technology Management Information System. National Science and Technology Management Information System, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India have taken this. So here you can see two things. Number one, R&D expenditure in terms of GERD. So GERD means gross expenditure of research and development. So if you have any doubt in the abbreviations, you please ask me. I can give you the complete spec of the abbreviation. GERD means gross expenditure research and development. When you see the blue color bars, year on year, it keep on rising. So the R&D expenditure in India, it is actually rising. It is a good sign. But as a percentage of GDP, when you see from 2014 onwards, it is in stagnant, right? Even though we spend in terms of 1,25,000 crores as an R&D expenditure across pan India. See, when you take gross expenditure of R&D from 2015, 16, 17, 18, it is just 0.7%, not even 1%. So that is the present situation of research and development in India. So how to change this? This has to be changed from the root. So that is now, that is why people, they have started talking about new educational policy. See, you need students to do research. You need faculty to do research. Even for faculty, if one particular faculty has a strong skilling in one particular vertical, for example, I will take a simple example of computer science teacher. The computer science teacher knows only C programming language. Then the particular teacher cannot teach to the current student. Even though C programming is a fundamental program, there are number of programming languages that came as an advent of technology, starting from Python, artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, blockchain technology. So the teacher has to, either upskill or reskill. Teacher has to upskill themselves or reskill themselves. Then they can, contribute to the student community. And here, this is another interesting, pie chart. So the national R&D expenditure in 2017-18. So we have taken only 5, different segments, right? So one is the majority, it goes with the central government, right? So the central government spends 45.4% of, research and development money. Then comes 36.8% private sector industry. Then comes, state sector, 6.4%. Then comes, public sector industry, 4.6%. At last, when you take higher education, our contribution is just 6.8%. This 6.8% has to be doubled. At least it has to come in 2-digit number. So for that, we need new policies. We need new protocols. So hence, NEP has come. Okay, right. This is very important one. In between, I will have some poll. My dear friends, I kindly request you to respond to this poll. Please click that, menti.com, and type the number 2716189. My dear friends, I repeat once again, click that hyperlink, menti.com. You will be taken to one page. You have to type 2716189. The question here is, this is to both the process and as well as the students. What are the different scientific agencies that are involved in research and development in India? What are the scientific agencies, right, that is involved in research and development activities in India? I think majority of you people can give the answer for this question. I keep the screen open. please click menti.com, right? And type the code 2716189. Oh, very nice. Oh, really? I'm very surprised. Fantastic. ISRO. Very, very good. CSIR. Really brilliant, brilliant. Then DRDO. Wonderful. Yeah, I need some more responses. Even though if it is wrong, nothing to worry. See, and I want to avoid this monotony of listening only to me. I also request you to participate as a reciprocation. Hey, very nice, very nice. ISRO, DRDO, IAC, Indian Institute of Science. That is the only one institute available in India. You have more than 32 IITs available, right? In each state you have IITs, but you have only one IAC in India. BARC, fantastic. Baba Atomic Research Center. Very, very nice. Thank you. Thank you for your response. ICAR, yes. ICAR, Indira Gandhi Atomic Research, yes. ICAR. CSIR, yes. ISRO, DRDO. Yes, yes. Some more numbers. There are a lot of research agencies are available in India. Especially they do they grant funding for research and development. Any other teacher, my dear friends, please click that menti.com in your chat box. Please, please. It's a matter of a click of a button. Even if you want to type it in chat box also, no problem. I can take it. But when you click that hyperlink, so I can see what you post. That I can project to all other audience. They will also be very happy. Please look at your chat box window. Please, my dear friend, please look at your chat box window and give your valuable input. What are the different scientific agencies that involve R&D in India? Question is very simple. Whatever the name that you can type. Students, you can even Google it and you can type, no problem. Even you can Google it and you can type. I want some responses, that's all. Right? So we will wait for one more response. Or even you can type in chat box, no problem. My dear friends, no problem. I need few responses. BARC, DRDO, ISRO, ICAR, CSIR, and IISC. One more. Yeah, even you can unmute and you can tell, no problem.
Madam, now I'm going to information is
Wow. Oh, fantastic. TIFR, IMCR, NIBMG, NRDC, very nice. ICMR, very, very good. Very good, very good. Very nice. CSIR, DRDO, ISRO, BARC. These are, all government agencies, especially government scientific agencies. They have funding in terms of crores and crores in that. The moment when you submit your proposal and they will call for what we call the defense, upon successful defense of your proposal, you will be given grant in terms of 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 crores. That depends on your nature of the proposal, right? So these are some of the scientific agencies that involves, R&D in India. So thank you very much for all responding. Really, I'm very happy. At least we have received this many responses. I'm really happy for that. So this was the question which we discussed. Now, I will give you some more along with your mentioned names. Number 1, DRDO. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of DRDO, abbreviation of DRDO? You can come in chat box or you can defense R&D organization under Ministry of Defense. What is the abbreviation of DRDO? Can anyone?
Defense Research.
Very nice. Yes, tell me, madam. Yeah.
That will be Defense Research and Development Organization.
Fantastic, Professor. Fantastic. Really. In safeguarding our nation. Now you know that, can you hear me? I think I came out.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Is my screen visible, ma'am?
No, sir. It's not visible. I think you haven't
Oh.
shared it.
I think it came out just now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that. Can you see now, ma'am?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes. Thank you very much. So rightly said by both the professors, the DRDO means Defense Research and Development Organization that plays a crucial role in safeguarding our nation. So hence, more number of research activities are happening under DRDO. And second one, everybody knows, DST. DST means Department of Science and Technology. This is the number one agency, scientific agency in India, which supports students and faculty to execute research in terms of lakhs of crores they have given. Right? That I will show you this a little later. So this is the second organization. So this name was missing in our discussion. This is called DST, Department of Science and Technology. Then comes the DAE. There also you get more grant for research and development. Department of Atomic Energy, right? We call it as DAE. Can anyone tell what you mean by ICAR? ICAR? ICAR. We have seen this abbreviation acronym in our discussion. You can either unmute or you can come in chat box. You can tell me the abbreviation of ICAR. ICAR. You can see the pictorial representation.
Indian Council of Agricultural Research.
Oh, fantastic, Professor. Really, really wonderful, Professor. Indian Council of Agricultural Research. See, you know that, so our, the main, what you call the business is agriculture, right? So without food, people cannot live. Whatever the job you do, finally we have to end up with eating some food. So this ICAR, they give lot of funds, right, to agriculture universities to, start with research and development activities. Then comes the CSIR. Can anyone tell me what is the abbreviation for the CSIR? CSIR.
Council of Scientific and Industrial Research.
Wow, very nice, very nice. Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. See, even arts, science, commerce students, you can get more numbers of funding or funds through this research and development scientific agency. Then comes Department of Biotechnology. They also comes under the Ministry of Science and Technology and the Government of India. They also give more funding to all colleges, universities, professors and students. Then comes ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. For the last 2.5 years, we heard about this name, ICMR, because of the COVID, a pandemic, right? So there are number of R&D scientific agencies in India. They are supporting research, right, through NEP 2020. And now you please carefully listen, my dear friends. The R&D expenditure, right, by selected scientific agencies. I said, DRDO, that tops number 1. In all year, 2005 to 2018, when you see, they spend more than 15,000 crores every year. That you can see. DRDO can see. Then what do you mean by DOS? Anyone can you please tell me? DOS. What do you mean by DOS? Can anyone tell? What is the name of the scientific agency? DOS. Can anyone, my dear friends? You can even guess, nothing wrong there. My dear friends, are you there? Yes, madam, yeah. DOS. What does it mean? DOS. You can just guess. But it's nothing but Department of Space. Another important, department in the India. Then DAE, you know that. What do you mean by DAE? Then what do you mean by ICAR?
Indian Council for Agricultural Research.
Just a second, there's a technical glitch. Sir will join. Stay tuned. Sir is just connecting. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I think, yeah, something went wrong. Either my side or that side, I don't know. I'm extremely sorry for that.
It's okay, sir.
Something went wrong there.
You can share your PPT.
Because,
You can share your PPT.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Because sometimes, sir, the technology, it will make us to feel like this. It will not work, properly sometimes. So when you see the percentage of, share between government and business enterprise, it is very surprisingly, you can see that, the most of the private industries, they do well. Whatever we have given in green color, that obviously becomes government, right? So the government sector year on year, right, they keep on increasing the percentage of share in terms of, gross expenditure, research and development. The red color line that is rolling in between the, bars of, expenditure of government. Every year it keep on increasing. Only in 2009-10 it dipped for 0.8%. Then again it rose till in the year 2012-13 it was a maximum 45.2. Now 18-19 it is 41.3. So this is how the enterprises or business industries, they join hands with the government and they do the research and development. So this new education policy that stimulates, that accelerates the research and development culture in higher education institutions like your institution or autonomous institutions or universities. Okay. Then comes the leading industries. See here you can see that the drugs and pharmaceutical industry, they spend more amount of money for R&D. There are some science students, they can find, the more avenue for doing research and development in drugs and pharmaceuticals, right? So in terms of crores, you can see that. So followed by transportation, followed by information technology, then comes, chemicals other than fertilizers. Then comes, mechanical engineering and industry. as a miscellaneous. Then followed by defense industry. Then see here, when you see the contribution of public sector in defense industry, it is more. Since it directly connects with our safety of our nation, so they have not outsourced as a private industry. But very few private players are there who directly or indirectly support our defense academy, right? Then the fields also. So very few quantum is with either Ambani or Adani, and remaining fuel agencies, it is with public sectors. Even electrical and electronics, very few are with public sectors, and majority it is with private sectors. Even medical and surgical applications and industrial machineries, you can see all different, leading industrial corporations in terms of, across GDP. So this is how we have a plethora of opportunity of, taking or playing a crucial role in R&D in NEP, right? And here, the participation of government, business, and enterprise in higher education institution sector, that is very important, right? So here you could see 4 different colors, my dear friend. First one is blue color, that is gross expenditure, research and development by government. Second one, gross expenditure, research and development by business enterprise, right? That is, you can see that, the second color is the highest color you can see in between the bars. And third one is a green color, gross expenditure, research and development by higher education. That also we play a major role. My dear friends, you can see that. So the higher education institutions, universities or colleges or autonomous institutions, they play a major role, right? That you can see from the graph very well, right? And here, when you see the country, Australia, Canada, China, France, Germany, India. In India, see here, so we have only 7% of gross expenditure of research and development. Only 7% in India. But in the case of Italy, you take, it is 24%. United Kingdom, it is 24 again. Majority, it is with Canada, right? 41%, right? So here, this particular picture gives an eye opener for us where we stand in a global scenario. Where is our higher education institutions? In terms of research and development, we stand globally, right? So that is one picture. You can see the eye view, bird's eye view. And what are the different agencies? So just now we have seen many agencies, right? So here I said, no, we see the bottom line. DST, Department of Science and Technology, they have given 1,535 crores in only 1 year, 2016-17. In 1 year they have spent, they have given this much amount of crores for 2 higher education institutions to conduct R&D activities. Then followed by DPT, Department of Biotechnology, then DRDO, then MNRE. So can you please tell me what do you mean by MNRE? Can anyone? That is a 90.4 crores they have spent in single year. MNRE. What do you mean by MNRE? Can anyone? It is nothing but Ministry of, I will give you some clue. Ministry of Dash Renewable Energy.
Natural Resources.
No, madam.
Sir, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy.
Fantastic, madam. Fantastic, madam. Ministry of New Renewable Energy. They have given 90.4 crores. Then DA, you know that, Department of Atomic Energy. CSIR, you know that. ICMIR, you know that. Can you please tell me what is NEITY? NEITY. I will give you some clue. Ministry of, this is little tricky abbreviation. It is nothing but Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Y will not come anywhere. MEITY means Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So technology TY, they have put MATE. ISRY, you know that. What do you mean by MOE? MOEF. Ministry of Environmental and Forestry, right? DSIR, you know that. MOES. What do you mean by MOES? MO means Ministry of. What do you mean by ES? It's again a rare science. Yes means sciences. Congratulations, madam. What is the E? Ministry of Dash Sciences.
Art Sciences. Ministry of Art Sciences.
Fantastic, madam. Fantastic, madam. Really great answer. Great answer. Ayush, I think everybody knows this. This is also a little tricky abbreviation. Ayush, relate with your medical field. Department of Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy. This is called Ayush, right? So ICAR, that you know well, ICAR. What is MOS? Ministry of Steel. We call it a Sale Steel Authority of India Limited, STIL. That comes under MOS, Ministry of Steel. Then what is MOP? Ministry of Power. Ministry of Power. MOP, Ministry of Power. And what is the last one? PCRA, Petroleum Conservation Research Association. So we have so many agencies, right? You can apply for, this many number of agencies and you can take your grant. So this new NEP 2020, it provides a slot, a space to apply for, your research funding to all these agencies. Okay, yeah. Then you can see that. So here, the moment when I say research, then obviously there could be a curious question. So in terms of male and female researchers, who are dominating in research? So here, this graph will give you the gender participation in external R&D support by central and as well as science and technology agencies. So the red color, it is male, and the blue color, it is female. And you can see that in 2000, the male contribution was 78%. Now recently it is 2017, after 17 years, it is dipped to 76. But when you see female, a PA. PA means, what is the meaning of PA? Anyone knows that? PI. Do you know anyone? No, just given the bracket. PA means principal investigator in research. Okay. So when the moment when you submit any research proposal, principal investigator is the one who takes care of the entire things on his shoulder. So the female principal investigator in 2000, it is only 13%. After 17 years, really, it is doubled, 24%. Really, we are happy for that. Because female principal investigators, they have a major play in research and development, right? Funding. And in a whole, see why we have to implement NEP 2020 means when you see the the global scenario, where is what is the position of India? Where are we? That you can see that. So you can see that the research and development expenditure in terms of percentage of GDP, India, not even 1%, it is just 0.7%. When you take Israel, 4.6%, Republic Korea, again 4.6%, Switzerland, it is 3.4%, Sweden 3.3%, Japan 3.2%, right? But we should be happy that below us, there are a few countries like Mexico, Pakistan, Philippines, Sri Lanka, Venezuela, right? But we have to always aim at the top. We should go nearby Israel or Republic Korea, right? So they spend more quantum of, in terms of percentage of GDP in R&D, they invest. And here, gross expenditure R&D. Again, India, it is little far away by, even UK. We are ahead of UK. We are ahead of Sri Lanka. We are ahead of Russian Federation. In terms of, GERED, Gross Expenditure Research and Development Activity. But Switzerland, it is always topping, right? In terms of, 4 lakh PPS. Then comes the US, then comes Mexico, then comes Germany, right? Triple P means purchasing power parity. So in this, Switzerland, they top #1 in the world, right? Then publication trend, the moment when we call, research, then obviously all the teachers and even students, they are worried about their publication. So in publications, we should not publish our article, especially research article, in spurious journal. Spurious journal means that is what you call bogus journal. We should not publish. We have to publish your research work because that is you invested your time, money, energy, knowledge. That should not be published in spurious journal. You have to publish only in Scopus and SCI. I think what do you mean by SCI? Can anyone tell me? SCI. Science? CI means? Can anyone? SCI journal. Little hard to publish your papers in the SCI journal. That is what you can see the blue line, it is dipping. Science Citation Index. Right? Then comes the NFF. What is NFF? National Science Foundation. So these three, but we are happy that in India, the trend is moving high from 2000 to 2020. Right? The trend is moving high. So this is the evidence for your research activity. Right? So this is the graph that shows the India's research publication trend. And here you can see the same thing. Scopus ranking, SCI ranking, and NSF ranking. When you say NSF ranking, it keeps on increasing. But Scopus ranking, the rank is, after 2014, it is stagnant at 5. And when you say the SCI ranking, SCI means the scientific, Science Citation Index. So Scientific Citation Index, the ranking, it fluctuates. Right? It was on 12 and improved to 11, improved to 9, again come down to 10, again it is improved to 9. This is the ranking strategy in our India. So here India's output impact knowledge. So here when you see the pictorial representation of this, right? You can see blue color that indicates 2011 scenario. Red color, it indicates 2016 scenario. My dear friends, you take it from me. After the implementation of NEP 2020, again the radius of another green color will really be a greater one, right? So that is what, see here, these are the different types of publication. So here in 2016, thank you very much. As per the Scopus database, right, you can see that engineering, it is not the top. The topmost 13.2% it goes to pharmacology and toxicology. Pharmacology and toxicology, 13.2%, please believe. And second, followed by veterinary science. Really, it is a very interesting, database, right? So veterinary science, they publish more papers, followed by chemistry, then followed by chemical engineering, 6.8. Then comes computer science, 6.2. Followed by material science, 5.6. Then the energy sector, 5.4. Then environment science, 5.3. Then physics and astronomy, 5.2. Then comes engineering, just 5%, followed by agricultural and biological science. So the more number of papers are published from the vertical of pharmacology and toxicology, right? It is a very interesting fact, number, right? Now, so at the moment when we talk about research, we must talk about patent, right? So these are the number of patents sealed in India. Here you can see blue color is an Indian patent, maroon color it is a foreign patent, green color put together total. And what is the Indian share? That you can see that wavy line. So number of patents starts from 0 to 18,000. Percentage is 0 to 35. Year is, from 2000 to 2017, 18. So every year, the progress has happened. In 2010, it was high. Then 11, 12, 13, 14, it is very minimum. Then again, 15, 16, 17, the Indian patents are rising up, right? See, as per WIPO, what do you mean by WIPO? Can anyone tell me? Very interesting question. WIPO, the moment when we talk about patent, we should not avoid this abbreviation WIPO. Can anyone proceed? We will wind up in another 20 minutes, no problem. Can anyone please?
Sir, it's World Intellectual Property Organization.
Fantastic process. WIPO, nothing but World Intellectual Property Organization. Fantastic. As per the WIPO report in 2019, our India is, yes, madam. Thank you, madam. Our India is ranked 9th position, in terms of resident patent filing activity in the world. That is a very good sign. And here, the patent applications filed in India are dominated by, first one is mechanical engineering, then chemical, computer, electronics, and communication. So these are the, the different types of, discipline which dominates in patent filing. And another interesting, you can see this really very interesting. Nearly 62% of the foreign patents filed in India during 17-18 were from 4 countries, where US, United States of America, Japan, Germany, and China. Really, it is very interesting fact. Then comes, patents filed and granted. Filing is different, granting is different. What is that USPTO? Can anyone tell me? USPTO. I think the same person can tell me. Patents filed and granted at USPTO. The previous slide, we have seen about the Indian scenario, right? It is an Indian scenario. So what is that? We have to always compare with our statistics with the topmost statistics, USPTO. US, everybody knows that, United States. US means United States. P means patent. T means trademark. O means office. So USPTO means United States Patent and Trademark Office, right? So here you see that number of patents filed and granted, right? So it is very, very high. 2014, 2015, 16 and all. That gives an overview about patents. And here, when you see India, it is really very interesting fact. When we compare China, US, Japan, Korea, EPO, and even Canada and Brazil, India, you can see 33% is a resident patent filed and 67 non-resident. Non-resident, really it is an interesting fact, right? So these numbers will actually, it will improve if we implement NEP 2020 in education institutions, because most of the patents are coming from education institutions, not from research organizations. According to the same WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization, India's patent office stands 7th position among top 10 patent offices in the world. But we should be very, proud of that. Again, we have to march towards number 1. So this is another interesting, distribution of R&D sector in India, right? And here you can see that, the different color coding I have given. So 63%, private sectors, they play vital role in R&D, right? 63%. Then comes state sector, 15%. Then comes universities, 10%, my dear friends, you see that. Education institutions, universities, 10%. Then central government, 9%, followed by public sector, 3%. So the total research and development institutions in India, it is 6,868, 362. Very interesting fact. The last poll, my dear friends, please cope up with me. Yes, the last poll, we have come to the end of the session. We have come to the end of the session. The last poll, my dear friends. Yeah. So I repeat, please go to that menti.com. You can use the code 211-66469. The question is, what are the measures to be considered? The question is for us. What are the measures we have to consider to enhance the research quality output? So, my dear friends, I kindly request you to, yes, the last poll, what are the steps we have to take? Whatever that comes in your mind, you please share it with us. What are the measures to be considered to enhance the research quality and output, research output? So whatever, yes, encourage more students. Oh, very nice. Fantastic advice. Fantastic advice. Encourage more students. Thank you very much. It is really a valid point. And we see chat box. Research management and administration. Yes, that is also a good point. Certificate of completion. Yes, we have to encourage by giving certificate of completion. Very nice idea. Very nice idea. Yes. So that will really motivate the researchers. The so-and-so has successfully completed. Sharing research output. Fantastic. Really, I am very hard. In another couple of minutes, we will wind up the session. Sharing research output. It's a very nice measure. Very nice measure. In a common platform, you can share your research outcomes. That will be taken forward by another researcher in your own domain. Sharing the research output. Very nice. Can I wait for one more response? Can I wait for one more response? Okay, if nothing, we will move ahead. Yes. Madam, can you see the slide?
Yes, sir, it's
Connecting the dots. Connecting the dots. Is it visible, madam? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Deepika, ma'am. Yeah. So here you said 3 measures, really, that are very, very interesting measures. So what I'm going to propose here is these 10 measures. Number 1, we must have funding for research. We must have infrastructure for research. We must have manpower for research. We must have a policy for research. Rightly said by one of you, incentive for research. We must have a concept of collaborative research. We should have contextual and need-based research. We should have a translational research. And we should follow integrity in research. We must adopt ethics in research. When we do these 10 measures, obviously the research quality will enhance. The research output will enhance. I think all of you will agree with me. So these are some 10 measures that I can propose. And these 10 measures are already taken care in NEP 2020. So in our march towards reimagination, our Indian universities through research, innovation, and excellence, we need to adapt the following 10 strategies, right? We need to adapt the following 10 strategies. Number 1, we have to redesign and remodel our course curriculum. I think everybody will agree with me. Re-engineering our academic and research infrastructure, very important. Restructuring and reorienting our human resource. Then, redeeming and restoring our glorious past in education. Number 5, revamping the organizational structure of our education institution. Number 6, re-examining and rethinking our future goals, objectives, and plan of action. Then point number 7, we have to revisit our vision and mission statement. Right? For example, Christ University vision statement is excellence and service. That's all. Very simple vision statement. Whatever we do in the university, we are striving to excel, right? And we have to serve to the society. That is our vision. So you have to revisit the vision and mission statement. And you have to revive and re-energize our own faculty members for the improvement of programs and best practices. Then we have to refurbish our student and teacher amenities and campus facilities. That's very important. Without facilities, we cannot expect any research growth there. That is point number 9. The last point, we have to realigning and repositioning our march towards growth, the progress and development. So these are some 10, strategies we should adopt in order to excel in research and innovation. So what are the issues in NEP 2020? This is very interesting. So yearly streaming of students in different disciplines, actually it is very tough. That is one of the major issues from my perception, I am telling, right? And like other, access to higher education, especially socio-economically disadvantaged areas, which resulted in current grass enrollment ratio. Only 25% of people they are studying in higher education. Remaining 75, they are dropping out there. And from my perception, I am telling the lack of teachers, quality, or well-experienced domain knowledge teachers are very minimum. And institutional autonomy to make innovations in higher education to attract many students. That is very, very important. That is what I see. It is an issue. So we don't have the sufficient mechanism for career management. So we don't have as of now. And even for progression of faculty and institutional leaders, we don't have a proper mechanism. See, when the management likes you, they will give you promotion. They don't like, they may not. So those kind of issues are there. We have to consider in NEP 2020. And the lack of research and innovation for most of the universities and even in colleges, I see as an issue. And here the suboptimal level of governance and leadership at a higher education institutions, that I see as an issue of NEP 2020. And I'm sorry to say this, my dear friends, a corrupted regulatory system, it allowing fake colleges and thrive while constraining excellent and innovation institutions. I'm sorry to say this statement, but still you can see there are many fake universities in India, fake colleges in India. Just you Google it. Even on the AICT web portal, UGC web portal, they have listed fake colleges. Please don't put admission in those colleges. So identifying those corrupted regulatory systems, it is a big issue in NEP 2020. So what are the challenges? These are the challenges we have discussed a lot. So these are some of the dashboard I have given where you can see the numpty number of possibility of research. I think can you see my this website, madam?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Can anyone? Yeah. Yes. This is the Department of Science and Technology website. You can see, here you can access all types of, the research grants and other things. All call for proposal. This is another website of Ministry of Education, Government of India, Department of Higher Education. You have plethora of opportunity, right? You have numpty number of schemes. Trade, Starts, Impress, Nidhi, Spark, Gion, Fast, Research Park, or UAY, Imprint. You have a lot of research scope or even opportunities available in India, right? So as a conclusion, it is even though it is a very big statement, I would like to read it. So in order to achieve the quality and excellence in academic and research, we need to innovate each and every sphere of our higher education sector holistically, be it in curriculum design, teaching pedagogy, research design, and even methodology, committee outreach and extension activities, even publishing practices, faculty improvement programs, enrichment programs, students and teacher exchange programs with foreign university, performance-linked incentives and career progression, student feedback mechanism, assessment and accreditation, national ranking criteria, skill enhancement practices, vocational training programs, green campus initiative, students placement opportunities, deputation of regulations, development plans, and long-term strategy for progress and growth of our higher education institutions. So in order to achieve this, we should have our NEP 2020 in our place. So this is my humble submission from my end. So I really thank all the participants, those who are really patient listening, and the special thanks to all the the reciprocators. So whenever I asked any questions, you immediately reciprocated well. Really, it was the fantastic moment I spent with all of you for the last 2 hours. So I wholeheartedly thank the organizers, those who have given me an opportunity to express my views, on NEP 2020, very particularly for research and development. So thank you very much, all organizing committee members and the participants for your patient listening. So over to the organizing committee, and especially our head of the department, Dr. Suplabhadar sir. He interacted many times with me. So the moment when he requested, then immediately I accepted. So thank you very much, sir, for your invitation. So I would like to visit your campus in person after pandemic gets over. So I want to meet all your students and faculty members.
Yes.
For at least half a day session, 3-hour session, one-on-one interaction.
Yes.
We can
We
plan
will organize, sir. We will organize shortly,
Yes.
and we will invite you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. So
Yes,
with your permission, I stop sharing the screen with your permission. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir, for sharing the valuable information and vision of knowledge with us, and allowing us to know that qualification is not only for eligibility, but skills are more important. Okay, now the platform is open for the question and answer session. If any faculty wants to ask the question to the speaker, or you can post the questions in the chat box also.
No problem. Questions are most welcome. Most welcome.
Yes. Participants, do you have any questions to the speaker?
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yeah, this is Dr. Manjula from JIMS, Kalkaji, Delhi.
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
Very good
So,
afternoon, madam. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Very good afternoon.
Yes.
Sir, I have one query with respect to the these SIPs and projects.
Yes.
The major projects and SIPs. So when we
Yes,
talk
madam.
about the NEP plans, and when we talk about the when the student have the liberty to take the certificates and everything, okay, after 1 year they can get the certificate, after 2 years they can get the diploma, and then the final degree. If we talk about the UG program, sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Kindly go ahead, madam.
Yeah, my question is how to justify, or how do we make sure that the student who is leaving after 1 year, and then when he is joining back, what about that SIP project and major projects? Whenever he is leaving, probably he may not be completing that part. So how to come up? Actually, I want some clarity on that. I am not.
Yes. Thank you, doctor, for your really wonderful question. I will take 5 minutes to explain this.
Sure, sir. Sir?
Sir, actually, you're not visible.
Yeah.
Sir said he'll take 5 minutes to answer.
Yeah.
We'll come back, ma'am.
He'll come back, ma'am. There's a technical glitch.
No.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sorry, it was again a technical glitch. It went out. Madam, can you please name any one student, Dr. Manjula, ma'am?
Sir, it can be any student. It is not.
For example, yeah. Okay, I will come. Student A, who joins in Institute X, and he got a SIP project for a period of 1 year, worth of 10 lakhs. So the moment when he take a project, there are two things comes into picture. Number one is principal investigator. Number two is co-principal investigator.
Okay.
So all all the money is transferred to the account of either principal investigator's institute where he studies or where he works. Since it is a student where he studies. So normally no funding agency, Professor, please listen. Normally no funding agency will give or release fund to student. Always students will be attached with one faculty. That faculty must be a permanent faculty. These are the constraints. Right, madam? So even if the student leaves, no problem. Because the principal investigator will continue as a faculty in the same institute. The leaving students will be replaced by another existing student. And the faculty will continue the research and the faculty will try to achieve all the objectives that was proposed during the proposal defense. Yes, okay. Madam. Because none of the universities in India or none of the funding agencies in India, either public funding agency or government funding agency or even private funding agency, they never ever release any money to student individuals. They may not, they will not. Always students attached with one permanent faculty. I think I answered your question, madam. Yeah. You can ask more questions, madam, please. Yeah.
So can I ask something else?
Yeah, please, most welcome. Really, I enjoy, listening to the question.
So with the same perspective, it's not about funding now. When we talk about giving an opportunity for a person to leave in between and then come back again to rejoin the same course. Okay, so when NEP giving us that liberty, my question is ki jo bacha, a person who is leaving, a student who is leaving after 1 year, he'll be getting the certificate of that course, correct?
100%. That is how you must design your course.
Right, program. That is what I'm saying.
Yes.
But
we will.
But sir, when we talk about the summer projects and the internships which are being done between the semesters, between the years, not even between the semesters, between the years. Now, if that person after 1 year he comes back and he wants to join the course, say for example from the second year. So what about his internship that he was supposed to do? Will that be waived off or will that be continued in the second semester, second year? That is the question.
Yes, madam. Your question is very, very logical. It will be continued. For example, I will give a very crystal clear explanation. For example, you are designing a 3-year program curriculum. For example, you take BSc Computer Science or BSc Physics or BA English or even BCom, for that matter. You take any arts, science or even engineering course. You take 3-year program. For example, one student want to take complete BCom honors, BCom in 3 years. Suppose you must design a curriculum in such a way that a student who completes one complete year because of unforeseen, unavoidable circumstances, if he wants to leave the course, as on today, we will not give any certificate to the student. It will be treated as discontinued. But in NEP 2020, we have to provide certificate. Certificate in finance, certificate in accounts, certificate in accounts management, certificate in economics. Like that, you have to give certificate for one complete year completion. You take student number 2. He continues the course only for 2 years. Because of his family reason or financial circumstances or some other unavoidable reason, if he is going to quit his education in second year, the university or the institute has to give diploma. As of now, we never give any certificate or any degree. We call that student as discontinued student. The money which he paid, it goes waste. The time he spent, that goes waste. But in NEP 2020, the student who completes, the 2-year program, then we have to give diploma. Any student who successfully completes the 120 credits, he is eligible to receive a degree. So this is followed in most of the foreign countries, especially European countries, even in Singapore, even in London, right? Even in US, they follow the same strategy. Because it is insane. A student who spent 2 years in our college because of some family commitment or financial struggle or some other unavoidable circumstances, if he quits, he gets nothing. He gets nothing after spending 2 years of money, 2 years of energy, 2 years of time. He never gets anything. So we have to design all the curriculum and as well as syllabus for the curriculum in such a way that all 3 years must be interrelated or interlinked. So any student who completes 1 year, he must be eligible to get certificate. Any student who completes 2 years, he must be eligible to get diploma. Any student who completes all 3 years, he must be eligible to get degree. I think I answered your question, madam. This is how the NEP 2020 is framed. Yes.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, madam. Very good afternoon, madam. Please.
This is Nirmala from RNS First State College, sir.
Yes, madam. Welcome, madam. Yeah.
Very nice, sir. Hopefully, we were looking forward to this kind of questioning and also the answering. Very greatly you have answered, sir. But in between, I wish to inform on the side of or from the side of students, one of the lacunas that either irrespective of either it is private college or government college, what you have told or according to NEP 2020, which is student oriented, which we all have agreed and welcome it wholeheartedly. And at the same time, I would like to ask, sir, if 1 year is completed with all the problems, either financial problem or any disability or difficulties towards or from his family to a student that he has to come across, taking it as a challenge that he could leave the college. Again, he could join, certificate will be issued. Everything is okay, sir. But my question is, somewhere, will it not disturb the atmosphere in the class between the student who is continuously studying for 3 years or up to 4 years honors, or de-linked or missing after 1 year his college days? Will it not come in the mind of students how to overcome that? One thing. Second thing is, will the atmosphere be not changed? Is what my question is.
Kindly stay connected. Sir has got some technical glitch.
Madam, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes,
yes, madam. I will answer to your first question. It is very, very logic. See here, students' mindset when we talk about. Can you hear me, ma'am, now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. First question you are talking about the students' mindset. Yes, it will be. See, any thing which we propose will have both advantages and as well as disadvantages. See, when it comes for education, we have to design everything in the perspective of the student. Even one more point I would like to add. When we have this ABC, academic bank credit, one student can take 1 year in my college, 2nd year in your college, and 3rd year in some other professional college. Means I lose, my money as a tuition fees. See, here, as of now, one student who joins in your college, when he pay the fees, it is, imbibe that next 2 more years, he will pay the tuition fees to your management. This is point number 1. So here, the education means we have to always, fumble around the student's perspective. Yes, students will feel that, the moment when I leave, Then again I rejoined. So there will be a gap. So because of those things, he has to overcome. There is no other go. So this is the answer for your question. Point number one, yes, there will be some difficulties in follow up. And second point, all other students, it will not be disturbed. For example, when he continues in 2022, when he joins in 24, 2023, he is not joining. Means he will be sitting along with other students and he need not take the same course. Professor, we should understand. See, here, student can choose his own course. For example, if you want to get a BCom, you must have 120 credits of the subject related to BCom. You may have many baskets, right? And he can choose the basket which is comfortable for him, which is convenient, which he wants to learn more. So during those kind of situations, he can select the basket and he can sit in the, even he can sit along with his classmate, even though he comes, 1 year break. But he has to spend 1 more year to take the degree, right? And here I saw one, one chat. Yes, that was given by Professor Lohit Kumar. Really, it is a funny situation. See, in current situation, if any students, take a break and he want to continue, so he will get only the marks card. That is the current situation, but that should not happen. You take in all developed countries. I traveled more than 7 countries. I have seen many countries and all developed countries. The moment when you take even 5 courses, you will be given with a certificate, right? 5 courses, each of 4 credit. If you complete 20 credit, you will get a certificate, right? And here the things has been changed. For example, in engineering, like in abroad, in United States, you have a major and minor. So BTech major in computer science engineering, minor in aerospace engineering. BTech major in mechanical engineering, minor in psychology. So those kind of things have come, right? And here, in order to support students, so this has been, started, people, the educationalists, they started working on it in the perspective of the student. He should not lose his money, he should not lose his year. And provided that the certificate or the diploma given in between the degree has to be endorsed by all the, industries where he can apply for a job. See, by having the diploma is issued by the higher education institution. Who will accept the diploma, right? So he has to search for his potentials by keeping that, and all industry has to acknowledge that. So it is really a very lengthy process. But my point of view as a student, whatever the money we spend or I spend, that should not go as waste. So from students' perspective, I welcome that. But in management perspective, it is lost to management in terms of tuition fees, right? See, for example, in your college, right? So economics in few courses are very strong, right? And nearby colleges, finance courses are strong. The student who joins for BCom, 1.5 years he can study. First 3 semesters he can study in your education institution. Remaining, 3 semesters he can continue. Or 2 years he can continue in your institution. 1 year he can continue in another institution. So even though there are some glitches that has to be addressed when it is implemented. So we have plus and minuses both together, right? When it comes for implementation, then it will be, the problems will surface. Then educationalists like you and me, and we will sit together, we will address all those problems. As of now, none of the institutes has, given a degree under NEP 2020. It is in pipeline. And here, the creation of the curriculum and syllabus, it is very challenging. You cannot just copy paste and you can, add your curriculum and syllabus in your program. It will not work out. So your curriculum and syllabus has to be accepted by other institute. Then only they can transfer the credit from your institute to another institute. So in general, it will be like a common. basket across pan India. It will be like that, madam.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Sir, I'm
So I need
Smita
more questions. Yeah, please.
I'm Smita from RVD College of Management and Information Technology, Bangalore, sir.
Very good evening, madam.
So it was a great session, sir. We understood each and every part of the NEP, and it is very much clear in our mind also what is our responsibility and what we need to communicate it to the students also, sir. Thank you from that prospect. Sir, I have a small question here. Now, as you told, there is the diploma that we'll be giving, there is a degree that we'll be giving, and there's a certificate that we are giving. Do you think that we should be informing the same thing to the corporate so that they are also ready with the kind of job that the students are going to take up?
Yes, madam.
Because
Yes.
Just a certificate would not fetch a student anything.
Yes, exactly.
Right, sir?
Yes, madam. Yeah, I would like to add one more point with you, madam. So here, certificate, we need not look into the lower cadre. See, even though you have a degree, your skill will speak in interview. See, for example, you take Fortune 500 companies in the world. They never ever worried about your program degree or program certificate, program diploma. I'm talking about Fortune 500 companies in the world. Certificate, they never mind. Degree, they never mind. Diploma, they never mind. They mind only the skill.
True, sir.
If you possess the skill, you will get a job. And
True,
again,
sir.
one more adding a valuable point for your statement. For example, you might have heard about CIMA course, Chartered Institute Management Accountancy. Did you heard about, madam? All commerce management students will study.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yes, this is more than 100 years old institute. CIMA, CIMA. They give two kind of certificate. One is UK-based CIMA course. Another one is US-based CIMA course. In both UK-based CIMA, you have 4 levels. First one is certificate level. Second one, diploma level. Third one, advanced diploma level. Last one, CGMA certificate. We call it a certificate, but that is very much equal at one step ahead of CA, CGMA. At the end of 4th level, they will get CGMA certificate award, right? So the first level 1 year completion of certificate, that is welcomed by all the industry. Rightly you said, madam. Obviously, the moment when we roll out this, it will be brought to the notice of all recruiters. All recruiters, they will keep one slab for the recruitment. For example, if you have only certificate, your salary package is only 3 lakhs.
So much. Yeah.
Only 3 lakhs. If you have a diploma, 5 lakhs. If you have a degree, it is 10 lakhs. That is the only thing they will keep it. But even though you have post-graduation, right, MSc, MTech, MBA, you are not employable unless otherwise you secure the skills. Skill sets are very important, madam. Yeah. So here, yes, in national education policy, there are 3 things, madam, for your kind information. So I am giving training to my students. One is skilling. It means student doesn't have any skill. I give skilling. Then come upskill. For example, a student who knows Java, C++, means I will teach him artificial intelligence. I will teach him Python. I will teach him machine learning. This is called upskilling for the relevant current situation. Then another one is reskilling. Reskilling means the student would have studied a different skill that is nowhere it is used in industries nowadays. Means he has to unlearn.
Please stay tuned. There's a technical glitch is present right now. Paul sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Can anyone? Yes, madam. Thank you. So I was talking about skilling, reskilling, upskilling. These three are very much important even for faculty members. That is what my humble submission, madam, here.
True, sir.
Do you understand,
Thank you.
madam?
Thanks a lot, sir. Yes, sir. Very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, madam. Welcome.
Okay, participants, do you have any other questions?
I am really happy to listen to your question and answer your questions. I will post my
great session, sir. Really, very wonderful session.
I will post my details in the chat box. You can always connect with me for any kind of support. I am there to guide you and I am there to support you. One second, I will. Yes. So my name, my email ID, you can connect with me in LinkedIn, Twitter, or I'm not in Facebook. Yeah. So I'm there, but I'm not very active. This is my affiliation. You can make use of this. Can anyone back me up? Can you see in chat box?
Yes, sir, it has been posted.
Yeah, you can connect with me in LinkedIn because around 14,000 people they are following me in LinkedIn, right? So out of 14,000, you can see 300 vice chancellors across the globe. They are following me, right? Registrars, vice chancellors, COOs, chief executives of the company, managing directors of the company, right? They are with me in LinkedIn Connect. So LinkedIn is the best networking platform for professionals. So I really ask my dear students and as well as my dear faculty members to connect with me in LinkedIn. I'll be very happy. And really I can, connect you people with my own known networks. Okay. Anybody has any doubt? You can always ask.
Professor, I have one question.
Sir, you can ask two questions, no problem.
Okay. Sir, yes, NEP assigned that lots of tasks and the responsibilities for that all the faculty members, especially the faculty members, we have lots of responsibilities. And research work, it is one of the part of this. So, and you know that quality research, the faculty member should put lots of effort. Apart from this regular or academic role, research work, it is not including the academic role. It is lots of effort that you should put. My question is, what are the rewards for the faculties doing the quality research?
Okay, understand. Sir, even though it is in record, I want to answer this question very genuinely. You take few universities. Actually, I may not compare the teaching and research. I never ever compare. It should not be compared. This is my humble personal submission. Right. For example, you take a few universities in Tamil Nadu, SRM University. They recruit faculty only for academics. They never ever, the management will not ask, you publish this paper, you take funding from external resource. They never ask. This is one kind of recruitment. Another kind of recruitment is purely for research they recruit. My dear professor, they will not give even one lecture hour to that research faculty. They are also the same designation, assistant professor, associate professor, professor for research alone. They will be given 10 lakhs as a seed money the moment when they join the university. Their concentration is only one thing. Use your seed money, establish one small lab as a prerequisite. And please take funds from foreign institute or universities or company or even Indian government funding research organization. You showcase your establishment, through that establishment, take the funding. That is how all VIT, Vellore Institute of Technology, SRM University, they spread across pan India. They recruit like that. The moment when you connect teaching and research, this is my humble suggestion. It will not work.
Yes.
Teaching will go with the timetable 9 to 10. Sir has to go. Sir has to teach management accounting. 12 to 1. Sir has to go and teach economics. Research, it will not come with timetable.
Yes.
4 to 5. It will not come. Some spark has to come. And here my humble submission to the management now. We should not force a teacher who's a good academician to do the research. Then he will not be good at both, either academics and as well as research. You take few teachers, really they will teach well. They will inspire students. They will really inspire students. That is how they will teach. But when you ask them to do research, the inclination towards research will be very minimum to those cadre of teachers. See, you have to always have two things in your hand always. In our Department of Commerce, if you have 300 students, for example, I'm telling, you need 30 faculty means you take 15 faculty for research, 15 faculty for academics. Sometimes the research faculty can come to class and they can, uncover what they found in the research in the minds of students to promote students' research culture. Right. So that is how we have to do it. See, the moment when you disturb academician, then he cannot, it will be overburdened. See, the moment any faculty is not happy, nothing will come out. And see, if we are not happy in class, then I cannot deliver all my 100% of potential. What I know I cannot deliver if I'm not comfortable. If a management keeps all teachers comfortable, obviously teachers will deliver their good things to the students. So in my perspective, research and academics, it cannot be merged, but sometimes it can go hand in hand. See, the research faculty can come to class and he can uncover what he found in the research outcome.
Yes.
Point number one. You can request the academician, who is good at in classroom teaching to join with any one of his friends, because both all are peer members, all are colleagues. How is your research going on? Can you please tell me what is your outcome? Then he can learn from him that he can replicate in classroom as a case study. Right. So again, the research teacher can help academic teacher, or vice versa is also possible. But if you make or force a teacher to do research and teacher to perform well in class, then it is really a question mark. The teacher has to put a lot of effort.
Yes.
In order to maintain his expectation of the management. No, this is my humble.
Yes. Thank you so much, because that where most of the colleges and the faculty members that they are struggling lots, because that both the things are coming together. So that final outcome, it is neither education, academic, or nor that research, it is happening properly at all. So it is very good. Sir, Professor, it was nice addressed and all the things. And thank you so much that with a very short notice period that you have agreed and accepted our request, and such a nice and wonderful, fruitful and productive session that that all of us that we have that experience of this.
It is my pleasure to connect all of with you, sir.
Yes.
So I kindly request all of you to connect with me in LinkedIn.
Yes,
then we can do very good things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So may I leave, sir, or should I wait for somebody?
That's few more minutes.
Yes, sir, kindly stay on. Sir, actually, thank you. It was really a great session, and thanks for your guidance as well. And I would like to thank our participants for their questions. And participants' feedback link is shared in the chat box. You are requested to fill the feedback form. Hope you have found. It has been shared. Okay. Now I would like to call upon Professor Fasiha Begum to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sahana ma'am. Warm and very good evening to one and all present here. I, Professor Fasiha Begum, Department of BBA BCom, Dayanand Sagar College of Arts, Science and Commerce, take the privilege to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. First and foremost, I express my sincere thanks to the Galaxy member of TSI, Chairman Dr. D. Hemachandra Sagar, Vice Chairman Dr. D. Premachandra Sagar, Secretary Sri Gali Swami, Dayanand Sagar Institution. I extend my heartfelt thanks to today's eminent speaker, Dr. P. PAL Pandian, Professor and Coordinator for BTech-Robotics, Department of Mechanical and Automobile Engineering, Christ, deemed to be University, Bangalore. Sir, we are fortunate with your gracious presence. We are immensely benefited by your vision of knowledge and thankful for inspiring our teaching fraternity in passing academic skills to the students in near future. Thank you, sir.
It is my pleasure. It's my pleasure, madam. Yeah. Pleasure is
Thank
mine.
you so much, sir, for your remarkable session. I take the privilege to thank our principal, Dr. Nagaraj Chennai, Vice Principal, Professor Hemant Uppala, and Professor Gurunath, our IQAC coordinator, who has been supporting us in conducting such events. I extend my sincere thanks to and with appreciation to Dr. Suplav Kantipudar, HOD, Department of Management, and Professor Murgesha BN, HOD, Department of Commerce. I also appreciate and thank the technical team for the continuous support and assistance for the execution of the program. Thank you, team, for your efforts. I also express my sincere thanks to all the faculty participants across the country who made this event in reality. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Fasiha Begum. I request all the participants to switch on your videos to take a photo for a pic. Kindly switch on your videos. Rajendra sir, is it done?
Just a minute, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, thank you all. Once again, thank you all for attending today's faculty development program and made this event a great reality. I request all of you to exit the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful MC, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
We'll meet one day.